On this episode of Frozen Gold.
We've got a hell of a storm coming in.
It seems like a horror movie. I just hope that everything is okay after this is done.
I don't have any words. I freaked out so badly.
Don't kill me. Eric, don't stand that close to it, bud.
This is a gold mine. This isn't a bunch of circus clowns.
Storm's blowing in. It's going to be coming in hard and it's going to be coming in fast.
As our planet warms, ice melts and glaciers retreat, new ground is being uncovered in Greenland. 6 determined American miners have traveled thousands of miles in search of one thing: gold. In this dangerous terrain, everything is on the line as they attempt to make a fortune.
This is a dream come true.
One step closer to Greenland gold.
Ray and his team of gold hunters have just 4 of their 12-week mining season left. The unforgiving Greenlandic winter is fast approaching, and the weather will soon make mining impossible. While geologist Elley is still on a hunt for rubies and minerals.
Wow! Okay, I got one!
The other miners have gone all out in 2 key locations on the claim. Eric, Kimberly, and Tiffany have found success at the Waterfall Cut.
But guess who's got the most gold out here?
And Christian and excavator operator Milu have been digging deep at claim owner Alex's supercut.
Christian, are you ready to find some gold?
Let's do this, brother.
The team has struck gold at both sites, but it's ultra fine. To effectively mine this gold, they need to run high volumes of pay dirt, forcing team leader Ray to leave the claim and engineer a specialized fine gold super sluice, big enough and strong enough to catch the gold.
We're going to go to the claim and get the super gold.
Now they have the super sluice. We're super excited. This definitely could be the game changer because we'll be able to run more material.
Before the super sluice can run efficiently, the team needs to put in one last engineering effort. To hold and transport the huge new sluice, Ray has designed an adjustable frame.
We're calling it Santa's sleigh. He doesn't like it, but it's gonna slay some gold.
The super sluice will be supported within this huge steel frame, allowing the miners to easily transport the half-ton sluice to the pay dirt, and also adjust its angle to perfectly control the water flowing through it, ensuring they catch every grain of gold. But storm clouds are gathering on the horizon, and native Alaskan Ray knows the warning signs.
I always keep an eye on the weather, and right now the little app that I'm using is showing what we call a typhoon in the Pacific.
Just south of Greenland, a powerful Arctic storm is building over the Atlantic Ocean, and it's headed straight for the claim.
Greenland's just not giving me a break. I've spent days and weeks getting this camp done, and the last thing I need to do is have it all blown down with a bunch of wind and, you know, have it ripped to shreds and have to start all over again.
As the winds begin to pick up, Ray gathers the miners together for a crisis meeting.
Hey, Christian, can you take a little break there for a minute?
Yep. Don't like the sound of your voice there. We got something wrong.
Hey, guys.
Hey, Ray.
I just went up and checked the weather. We've got a hell of a storm coming in. They're calling for 40 to 70 mile an hour gusts. We're in for a hell of a blow.
Claim owner Alex and the other Greenlandic team have made the difficult decision to get out of camp and are making final preparations before evacuating. Every mining day is precious, meaning the success of the season rests on Ray convincing his team to stay and face the weather alone.
If you guys don't mind, I'd rather us all try to stick around here in camp and weather it through and get back to mining just as soon as it's over.
You know I'm game.
Cool beans, guys.
Yeah. How many days?
It's looking like it's going to be starting tonight and going the next couple of days, so.
Wow. Okay.
So,
all right.
But we got food, we got diesel. I mean.
And we got each other.
Yeah.
Let's ride that storm out, man.
Thanks, Ray. We decided to ride this out because we're determined to do what it takes to get this mine off the ground as quickly as possible. We're running out of time. We only have a few weeks left.
As the powerful Arctic storm closes in, it's now a race against time to make the camp safe. Anything left unsecured could become a deadly missile.
Storm's blowing in. It's going to be coming in hard and it's going to be coming in fast. So I got to get this camp secured.
I sure hate to see this camp get torn apart after all this work. We're so close to getting everything up and running. I mean, we've got the new sluice right here ready to go and all this work, and all of a sudden it feels like 2 steps backwards again.
With the winds continuing to gather strength and the temperature dropping, Alex and the other locals take the only boats out of camp, leaving the American miners to make final preparations alone and with no way out once the storm hits.
I'm a little afraid. I can't even explain how cold it is. My nose is running and the clouds are just coming in, and it's actually really, really scary.
It's just wild. It seems like a horror movie. I have no idea what to expect. I just hope that everything is okay after this is done.
Next morning, temperatures continue to drop as the Arctic storm bears down on the camp.
Right now, they got 1 hour before the storm really comes in and hits hard. But I'll tell you what, it's butt-ass cold this morning.
The winds are supposed to pick up even higher and higher as the day progresses. So this is just kind of the beginnings of it.
The storm could shut down their operation for days or even weeks. Every second is critical, so Ray has asked the team to brave the freezing conditions in a rush to complete the super sluice before the storm makes work impossible. While Ray and Christian work to get the sleigh frame welded together,
We got a lot more cutting than welding to do, but we're getting damn close.
We've got to just piece it all together. One piece at a time, man.
Ray has tasked Eric and Kimberly with finishing the specialized gold-catching mats which will line the super sluice's 4-meter base.
What we have to do is glue them together per his specifications. We need to make sure they roll up and that they're strong enough to take the rocks tumbling through it.
Until the mats are ready, they can't run the super sluice, so Ray needs them to be completed as a top priority. But after finishing only half the mats, Eric decides to abandon the project.
All right, well, are you almost ready?
I just gotta grab my pants and now I wanna get out of here, sample some of that material. All right, now I'm ready to rock. Radio up, ATV out.
With a storm threatening total lockdown and perhaps the end of their mining mission, Eric's gold fever flares. Against Ray's orders, he wants to go prospecting, and he's persuaded Kimberly to join him.
My goal is to sample the material that we haven't really got to sample before Ray takes us off the spot and tells us where to dig again. So he brought us here to find the gold, so the prospectors want to go out there and find the gold, make sure we stay on the gold. So that's what we're gonna do. Go out there, do some pan sampling. All right, grab that radio and get out of here. We can't sample when the storm comes. So it's really important we sample now while we can. We can finish that sleigh tonight. We can finish the mats tonight.
This won't be the first time Eric has tried to undermine Ray's leadership.
I spent money to do it this way.
All right, well,
And
if you
then
want us
you're
to run
making-
this, we'll run this. But
I do. I mean, that's what I told you last night.
this is a joke. Whole thing's a joke.
Without checking in with Ray, they grab their tools and help themselves to the keys to claim owner Alex's ATV.
Where are they going? What are they doing? I thought they were going to be building mats. Damn it. I need them building mats, not up there goofing around with a four-wheeler.
A potentially season-ending Arctic storm is approaching the claim, and Ray has asked his team to pull together and get the super sluice finished before the weather makes work impossible.
The biggest concern I've got right now is this is just going to be another setback. I want to see this slate done and finished.
But after promising to finish the gold mats, Eric and Kimberly have abandoned their duties and skipped camp to sample for gold on the other side of the claim.
Kimberly and Eric got enough energy to go do that. They should have had enough energy to knock that out and just be done with that project.
You believe those guys? Our project is to finish the sluice. When they were done with their mats, they'd have all day long to go sit out there and hurt their backs digging a hole.
Yeah.
I mean, plans were made not to be broken, but to get things finished and accomplished, right?
Well,
come on, you're supposed to be the hard ass here. Don't make me be the hard ass. You're our boss, man. I mean, people changing plans against the boss is not cool.
Well, you also got to realize I'm dealing with 5 people I don't know. I can't just send somebody out the door.
A team is supposed to work together, not make plans on their own to go do something else. I'm sorry, Ray. Teamwork is teamwork.
320 miles north in Greenland's capital, Nuuk, geologist Elley is on a mission to discover if the team could diversify into precious gems.
I don't think that there's just one thing to find in Greenland. The rubies, different minerals, gold, it's all out there for the taking.
She braved brutal weather to find rubies on a small claim.
Okay, I got one! Yeah!
Now, with a storm threat preventing her return to the claim, she has arranged to see how the big players operate by touring the first and only industrial ruby mine in Greenland.
I'm doing what I am meant to do. I am doing what I'm good at, and that's adventuring, that's looking for minerals, that's looking for different things. So I am prospecting in a completely different way, but I am excited to do so.
After a 4-hour boat ride across choppy waters, Elley steps on shore at the Ep9 ruby mine, where company compliance officer Torbjorn has organized for her to take a tour by helicopter.
Awesome. Okay.
This is the most amazing thing ever. This is so cool.
That experience was just, I don't have any words. I freaked out so badly just of the scenery, going over the ice sheet. It's mind-blowing. And then being able to see the ruby mine from up above and just consolidating all of those thoughts of, oh my gosh, this is so much geology and I can see it all at the same time. I was freaking out, to say the least.
We're only allowed to mine rubies and sapphires. We're not allowed to take anything else from the mine.
Oh, really?
Yeah. After they land, head geologist Leo gives Elley a tour on the ground.
Oh, man.
The company has just uncovered one of their largest lenses of ancient rubies.
Look at that. Oh, and you can just see them all the way down.
Yeah.
That is absolutely amazing. This is so freaking cool.
Back at the claim, Ray can't allow Eric and Kimberly to disobey his direct orders, so he heads across to confront his wayward miners.
Probably just go ahead and get them to come on back to camp. You know, it irritates me a little bit, but it also irritates Kristen even more, and I need to keep unity in there. Let's go ahead and head on back down there and get those mats whipped out this morning.
Can I finish this pan?
You can finish that pan, but after that, Kristen got irritated. He's like, man, that was the plan, Let's just work together, and we'll go back down there, bust it out, then we can come back up here and goof around again.
Well, I will say, Ray, you gave me the really important job of finding the gold, and I want to do my job. You know, I keep getting pulled away from my sampling, and the sampling is really important. I don't care how Christian feels, and frankly, at this point, you know, I'm gonna come back here as soon as possible and get back to this.
Well, once we get the one thing done, then we'll get back to this.
I'm really getting tired of getting bossed around by people who aren't doing things right. We're here to find the gold. That falls on us. The success of this mine falls on the sampling, and they won't let us sample. This is a gold mine. This isn't a bunch of circus clowns. Christian talking.
No, he wasn't talking, Eric.
We can finish at any time, but we can't really come back here tonight when the storm rolls in.
Well, we can.
You gave me an important job, right? I'm taking it serious.
Well, I'm also gave you an important job of getting the sluice done. But you guys go ahead and take the ATV back. I'll walk back. Take it slow and easy, though. It's a rental. Don't break it. Eric's still a hothead. And, you know, rather than listen to what I said, he's just like, well, doggone Christian. He's like, come on, we'll work together as a team. I'm just trying to tell you, you know, it's a concern of Christian, it's a concern of mine. Let's get the mats done. Well, I want to test. Well, do some testing after you get the darn mats done. I don't know, kid's a hothead. He only hears bits and pieces of a sentence that he wants to hear. Frustrates me.
Well, Ray said write it like a rental. Hold on tight.
No, hold on to you or the bike?
The bike. Are you?
Ray and his team spent a whole day preparing for a potentially season-ending storm to hit. But the next morning they awake to a completely different weather system. After heading straight for the claim across the Atlantic Ocean, the Arctic storm turned east, narrowly avoiding bringing destruction to the camp.
Well, I guess this is one of those situations where a man's better to be safe than sorry. You know, my weather app, it did show one heck of a storm. And it looked like it was heading this way. I spent all the time to batten down the hatches. And last night it rolled in pretty hard and fast, but we darn sure didn't get no 70-mile-an-hour winds. Apparently it went that away.
Now the storm threat has passed, and with just 4 weeks of their season remaining, the team is going all out in a final push to get the super sluice up and running. But there's still one huge obstacle standing in their way. After running out of exhaust fluid, the team's excavator, Big Matilda, has been shut down. To complete his super sluice, Ray needs the big excavator to salvage claim owner Alex's old hopper box.
I need to get the Grizzly system that he had, a hopper in the water, and I got to figure out the measurements because it's going to stand above this, and it's going to allow the rocks to come down in here, the rocks and water to come into here.
The giant hopper box will sit on the sleigh frame Ray has designed, allowing the team to constantly feed the super sluice with the huge volumes of pay dirt required to catch the fine gold. With the big excavator out of action, Christian has decided to risk transporting Alex's old hopper box, using their dangerously undersized mini excavator, Little Susie.
Once we have that new sluice running and this hopper box built over the top of it, we should be able to just sit there and start really feeding buckets in faster and faster. When we get this new one going, we're going to be on the gold.
But he has a huge job ahead of him. If he can't transport it safely, their dream of running pay dirt faces a major setback. It will take weeks to get enough parts to build one from scratch, which is time they don't have.
All right, let's get this baby moved.
Inch by inch, the hopper comes free. But the biggest challenge will be the 1-mile journey back to camp.
Very slowly moving around here. One thing I got to be careful of, this dirt road is not a dirt road. It's a rocky road. And so the hopper box here, it's going to be slinging back and forth. I've just got to take it slow and easy.
With 450 pounds of equipment dangling at the end of her arm, Little Susie is at the absolute limit of her lifting range.
I'll tell you what, this little excavator, we are putting it through its paces. When you have that box way up in the air out in front, it's just enough of counterweight to make you want to tip over face first.
This is going to be a very, very slow ride back. Oh boy. She's a swinging all right. It's not like you just walk down the street, go to your local hardware store, and get the parts. When that machinery goes down, it's a challenge to get it fixed. Ah! God dang it.
With the threat of the Arctic storm now past, the miners are pushing hard to get the super sluice up and running. On the far side of the claim, Christian is undertaking a daring mission to transport Alex's hopper box back to camp so it can be fitted onto Ray's new super sluice.
God dang it. Ah, crap. Knocked out one of the little grizzly bars, so Ray can weld that back in.
The damage is fortunately repairable, so Christian gets back in the saddle. But after climbing the hill outside camp, he realizes he won't make it down the steep incline alone.
Hey guys, this has been way over my head out here, man. I'll definitely need another set of eyes as I come down the other end there. Ray, you're a sight for sore eyes.
Dude, this was a hassle. Let me tell you.
Okay, let me get this rope and we'll go down there. You'll probably have to spin it around, walk us backwards so you don't tip over.
Yeah.
This thing is really heavy for this little tiny excavator. And if we're trying to go forward like we've been doing on the way across here, there's a good chance it would just tip over. The biggest danger I'm really worried about right now is losing the excavator. But I don't need to lose that box either because I don't have steel to replace it.
Christian begins carefully backing down the steep slope, while Ray and Eric attempt to hold the heavy equipment in place.
Eric, don't stand that close to it, bud. If that thing gives loose, I've got no control.
I hear you. I'm ready to jump back if I need to.
Just let the grizzly drag if we have to.
Well, I think they got this under control.
While Ray tries to control the swinging load, Christian lowers the excavator's arm to act as a counterweight on the steep descent.
I've got to go that way. If I try to go any further forward, it's going to tip over sideways. We've got to go around. God dang rocks.
Right on. Good job, buddy. Good job.
Dude. You have no idea how much fun that was. That was a challenge. Greenland is always a challenge.
Now I just got to do a lot of metal scrounging and find all the I need to put it on top of the other box. I think it'll work out good. We've definitely got some metal cutting to do, though.
The super hopper going on Santa sled.
245 miles north at the Apostolic Ruby Mine, Elley's expedition is over. She now faces a long boat journey to Nook, from where she will catch a flight back to the claim. But after traveling less than 10 miles, there's a complication.
So right now we have lost one of the engines on the boat. So we are heading into the closest village, but we're going very slow.
So 3 options. So one is to wait here and there will come a boat from Nuuk and take us home. Second option is that the helicopter might come and get us and fly us to Nuuk. And the last option is to stay in the village for a night.
Oh, I mean, that's not a bad thing, but it would definitely mess up what we need to do tomorrow.
The damaged boat limps into a nearby fishing village, where Torbjorn hopes they can get to Nuuk in one of the Ruby Mines helicopters.
Are you gonna talk to these guys now and see what's up?
Let's see what happens. Hvad så, Peter? Er det stadig dårligt vejr i Nuuk?
Go back to the mine.
Okay.
You guys wait for the boat.
Okay, så I tager bare tilbage. Så må vi se, hvad der sker. Og der er en på vej, eller hvad siger de? Ja, okay.
Back to work.
Ja.
Bye!
With winter approaching, Greenland's increasingly unpredictable weather now means that due to strong winds, the helicopter can only travel to the Ruby Mine, and Elley's options for returning to Nuuk are becoming very limited.
They're heading back to the mine.
Yeah, so we have to wait for the boat to come from Nuuk.
They urgently need to get the boat repaired. Until the engineer arrives, Elley is stranded and may not get back to Nuuk in time for her flight back to the claim.
How long do we have left?
Oh, 6.5 hours, I guess. Yeah. 2.5 hours to the boat get here, and then 4 hours home-ish.
Back at the claim, Ray needs to get Eric's focus back on the super sleuths, and at the same time, diffuse the tension between them.
So what are we doing here, Ray?
Well, I need to, it's a little bit wobbly because I didn't want to throw the weld because I'm going to have to gap it, put a gap in it. What I'm going to do is get you to hold probably on this side, and I'm going to get on that side.
Do I need a mask?
Just don't look at the weld.
To ensure the frame doesn't collapse, Ray and Eric need to weld in crossbar supports to carry the immense weight of the sluice and pay dirt.
You want me to just hold it in place while you weld one side?
Yeah.
There is a substantial gap over here.
That's why I needed you to hold it.
As they work to secure the frame, Ray hopes to pass on some engineering expertise to his hothead miner.
You feel like welding?
Yeah. Thanks, Ray.
Sure. Gonna start at the top, and like I say, just keep it right down. I mean, keep your rod right in the crack, and don't try to move it around much. Just try to keep it straight in the crack, and you go. Yeah, not bad.
I really appreciate you showing me how to do this, Ray. Thank you.
You got to work with people. I mean, the more you work with them, and the more you can kind of be with them and get to know them better, the better everything works. I mean, it's just lead by example.
The vibes in camp are awesome. The weather picked up. We're all getting stuff done. The mats are done. We're getting the rest of the box done. Everyone's feeling really good. It's a great vibe today.
Okay, where is the header box? Okay, Active, grab it on down there. Thanks, bud.
There you go, Ray. My pleasure. You need any more help here? You want me to hold the next one when you get it ready?
Yeah, once I get it ready, it's gonna be a bit though.
All right, I'll come back in like 10 minutes or so.
Sure.
All right.
Yep. Oh, either that or I'll give you a holler.
Okay.
Ray's patience is paid off.
Having Eric help me today, and he really enjoys welding. He's never done it before.
But Eric's novice welding may not be quite so easy to live with.
We're gonna have to go back and redo it, but damn it.
245 miles from the claim, geologist Elley is on her way back from her Ruby expedition. Less than 10 miles into the long journey, her boat has broken down and she's stranded.
We still have 3.5, 4 hours back to Nuuk.
Until the boat is fixed, she can't get to Greenland's capital Nuuk, where she needs to catch a flight back to camp.
Just waiting around for the boat, which sounds like it's coming right around the corner. Yay! So, woohoo! There is the boat, so hopefully we'll see what's gonna go on.
As the repairman and his rescue crew inspect the stricken vessel, it soon becomes clear that despite their best efforts, it can't be fixed on the water.
This is too much to do out there, a place like this. I need the boat to go into my workshop.
But they will take Elley to Nuuk, so she can finally complete her journey back to the claim.
We've got like 3.5, 4-hour drive till we get back to Nuuk. So it's tight quarters.
Although she may not have struck it rich with rubies, after a bumpy start to her journey, one of Greenland's other natural treasures makes an appearance.
Oh, there it is! We got to see a mama whale and a baby whale 3 different times. Oh my gosh! They came right up next to the boat. I mean, you know, within like 50 feet. So it was magnificent and just the coolest thing ever. That was awesome ending to the day. Yes. That was so cool.
12 hours after setting off from the ruby mine, Elley finally makes it back to Nuuk. Tomorrow morning, she will fly back to rejoin the team. "320 miles south, it's a new morning at the claim. To make the most of their final 4 weeks in Greenland, the miners desperately need the big excavator moving again. And luck is on the way. After evacuating due to the storm, Alex and Milu have returned with the vital exhaust fluid needed to get Big Matilda back up and running.
I'm just gonna fill it up, and now it can run. So we got a big day ahead of us.
They need the big excavator to set up the 2,000-pound Grizzly. Without it, they can't run the high volumes of material needed to make their season a success.
We're gonna take this over to the bedrock right above the waterfall cut the twins have found over here. That's where we're gonna set up the big sluice that Ray built, and by the afternoon, we should be running some material.
The Grizzly is a heavy-duty steel grill that filters out giant sluice-busting rocks. With only material smaller than 6 inches making it through, this refined pay dirt can then be fed much faster into the new super sluice without risk of damaging it.
It's the only Grizzly we have, so we gotta make sure we just take it slow and easy.
While Milu lifts it into position, Christian begins the back-breaking task of installing the Grizzly's legs.
I think your right side over here is higher up than this side.
Yeah.
We'll put this one on first, then go to that one.
Weighing as much as a small car, if the excavator straps break, the Grizzly could come crashing down and crush Christian underneath.
We'll go easy. Yep. Don't kill me. Nope. Up a little. Up, 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 up. Down. Give her a shove.
Giant suspension springs must be installed to help protect the supports from snapping under the immense weight of the boulders and pay dirt being dropped on top of the bars.
Here.
But they are notoriously difficult to thread into place.
Move your fingers. It's not supposed to be that hard, man.
One of two things are gonna happen. It's gonna fall or it's gonna go.
Finally, the suspension springs into place.
Yeah, fine.
With the grizzly set up, they waste no time and begin filtering pay dirt, so they have a huge pile ready to be fed into the super sluice once it's fully operational.
Here comes the first dump on the grizzly. Man, what a chore that was. But right now, we have pay dirt being stacked up. Oh yeah, get another one. That's good looking material there. We got gold in there.
Geologist Elley is in Nuuk, on her way back to the claim, where her relationship with the team has been tense for some time.
Dude,
Your tone is nasty.
you know, if you're that sensitive and that intimidated by me, don't put me down to make yourself feel better.
If they don't pull their head out of their ass, they're going to be off the team.
After the argument, Kimberly and Tiffany took Eric's side, and Elley and Team Eric have barely spoken for weeks.
I really want to bring something back as like a gesture, as a gift. I just want everybody to know that I was thinking about them. I do care.
Now Elley is on a mission to find something that will act as a peace offering. She was hoping to take pockets full of gemstones, but despite braving freezing conditions, she only came away with one ruby.
My team, they're gonna definitely think that I failed.
That's how mining is sometimes.
One way or another, I will be bringing everybody back a ruby.
Elley has a plan.
Hey, Thorian, how are you?
Nice to see you.
Thank you for meeting me again.
She has enlisted the help of Ruby Mine Compliance Officer Thorian.
I am going to take my credit card to the ruby store and go buy everybody rubies. I love the raw samples, but I really think that everybody back at camp is wanting a ruby, like a stone to take back to them. So what would you suggest for that?
Let's see if we can find something for you. And I think maybe you could find some nice one here.
Yeah. Things didn't exactly go as planned. And so I have picked out a ruby for everybody on the team. Christian's a good guy, so he deserves it. Now, I'd love to give the twins ones that match. I'm even bringing one back for Eric, which pains me, but if maybe it can lighten his heart or make him a little bit happy, then I'll be thrilled. They're costing quite a bit. They're about $125 a piece, so I really hope that everybody really appreciates it. All in all, I am hoping to bring back rubies just to give it to the guys to lend them an olive branch. Maybe if I give them rubies that I got here in Nuuk, everybody will be happy and, you know, bring us together as this team family that we're supposed to be.
As Elley catches her flight, back at the claim, the team has reached a milestone in their challenging season. The frame and the mats for the super sluice are complete, but with the days getting shorter, there is just one last project before the mine can run at maximum efficiency.
We need a gold room.
Having this tent will give us the opportunity to go inside, turn on the lights when it's dark outside, and continue processing because we only have a short period of time left.
Oh yeah. Yeah, we're ready to rock and roll now. This will be our gold room. Oh, this is gonna work out great. Yeah, thanks for the help, buddy. Yeah, you're welcome.
The short winter days are setting in, but this insulated gold room will allow them to carry on and process gold 24/7.
When I start a project, I want to see it done right away. I've just been trained that way as a kid. That's the way I've worked all my life. 40 years of construction, it's always been the same way. Yeah! Hey, now we got a frame.
Not bad. Sometimes I like your boundless energy. So, yeah, big step, final step. Yeah, I want to fill it with a lot of gold.
Feels epic. This is gonna be epic. Got a gold tent. Now we're gonna get some gold.
Having faced one of their toughest weeks of the season, where Greenland's weather almost put an end to their mining dreams, Ray calls the team in to thank them for their efforts.
Well, guys, I know you guys didn't come out here to build a city. We got our last tent up. This is gonna be our gold room. Now it's up to us to just fill it full of gold. So, thanks a million.
These next 3 or 4 days, that's gonna be our telltale. I mean, we're gonna get that sluice running, find out how the gold is catching in it.
We are right on the cusped edge of digging commercially, looking for gold, doing yards. And I think everybody's kind of got the gold fever.
As the sun sets over Noctok Fjord, the team has never been closer to realizing their dreams.
I can't believe we're all here. I mean, I never dreamed I'd be in Greenland, of all the places in the entire world.
It's an epic adventure, and we're gonna set history.
That's what we came here
Each
for.
of us.
It's amazing.
I know it's been a wild ride for all of us, but we're almost there, guys.
So close. Hey guys, say goodbye to that sun. She is disappearing.
We'll see you tomorrow bring up some more gold for us, will you?
Hey, I think tomorrow's gonna be another beautiful day.
Next time on Frozen Gold.
Nobody wants to admit they really like that. I don't see it moving at all.
Chris, move! You're gonna hurt yourself.
Well, look what the cat drug in.
I'm not everybody's cup of tea.
It's just sad that it took you this long to say something.
This is it. This is the pivotal moment right now.
Be careful! Whoa! Whoa!